This video is going to be on how to be spontaneous. How do you align yourself with who you really are and then let go of the bullshit ideas of what other people think about you? Well, one of the ways that I believe we do this is we have to let go not of what other people think about us. We actually have to let go of what we think about ourselves. Now, the reason this is so powerful is because I believe that life and reality in general is very much like a mirror. So whatever we define, whatever we believe to be true about us, will always be reflected back to us. That's why Gandhi said that in order to change the world, you must first change yourself. Because at a certain level, the external world is a reflection of our internal state. So knowing this, really beginning to embody this, is about, first off, having that realization that reality is at some level a type of mirror. So then from that point, what we can do now is we can look at the idea of thinking what other people think about us. How can we really begin to let that go? Well, we let that go by giving away and letting go of what we think about ourselves. Now, let's take this back and understand a little bit more about who we define ourselves to be. Well, a large part of this is down to the idea that we believe that we are an accumulation of our past experiences, of the people that we've been around, and of the emotions that we've had. And because we identify so much with that, we then become defensive of maintaining that identity. So what'll happen is when we're actually in the moment and we want to just flow freely with who we are, we might feel a cap on that because we are defending that self-image of how we describe or define ourselves. And what'll then happen is we might feel that from other people being come off as judgment, or them having certain thoughts or opinions about who we are. But in reality, if we were to just completely let it go, not really care about how people think about us, because we don't care and we are letting go of what we think about ourselves. So that identity that I'm talking about, that identity that we have always at some level projected or identified with, if we begin to let that go, what we're really going to begin to do is just to allow the natural self of who we are to flow through. Because our natural self is very spontaneous. It isn't thinking so much. It isn't trying to maintain a certain image. And you'll notice that with most people that have an energy about them where they just don't care, it's because they literally just don't care. They don't care about what people think about them, and they've let go of caring about themselves in a way where they're not judging themselves. They're allowing themselves to be. Another part of this is understanding validation. When we grow up, a lot of us, we're constantly looking for validation from other people. We want people to accept us. It's very natural. We grow up, we want our parents to agree with what we're doing, we want them to accept whatever we want to do in life, we want our friends to have that same type of response, and because of that, a lot of times we'll end up living for other people, and we'll end up giving so much power over to other people, just hoping that they actually validate us, and they give us that sense of self, that sense of realization, when in reality, if you were to just let go of how you define yourself, let go of those limitations that you have inside yourself, what you'll begin to realize is you'll then care less about what other people think. And as you care less about what other people think, you're going to begin to feel better about yourself because you're actually going to be yourself. You're not going to be some self-image that you've been so desperately trying to maintain and defend because you're trying to have other people validate you or you want other people to accept you. The idea is that when you love and accept yourself, that really is where the power lies. That really is when you begin to embody a different type of energy. And that different type of energy is actually yourself. When you begin to feel that freedom flow through you, when you begin to feel that, that's when you'll really know that you're starting to embody your true self and you're getting rid of that self-image, that little self-image that we think we are growing up and that we always need to relate to, that we always need to have that filter. What I encourage you to do is to let that image go, to let it go and understand that you are much more vast than that little image that we've always been projecting. Understand that when we really let it go, that's when we can really start to be ourselves, and when we let it go and we let it be okay for us to be who we are, we validate ourselves, we have trust in who we are. What we will then do is not care about what people think. So to summarize, I believe reality is very much, our life is very much like a mirror, and whatever we think and believe about ourselves is what other people will feel about us. But it's more important than that. It's about you validating yourself, you giving yourself that kind of acceptance. And as you give yourself that acceptance, as you begin to really feel that, and you begin to feel that freedom and feel that kind of energy about who you really are, you'll begin to then embody a different level of being that doesn't care what people think, because you've let go of the self-image of who you thought you were. So what I encourage you to do is to look deeply into who you are, let go of the identifications that don't serve you, let go of the definitions that aren't giving you some type of benefit, some type of free-flowing feeling, and that the more you do that, the better you're going to feel, so it'll be better all the way around. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Feel free to like and subscribe below. And other than that, have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.